Hey everybody, decided to do a walk around today in my 96 F250 7.3 powerstroke. So go over a quick couple of things about it, what I've got done to it, how long I've had it, stuff like that. So I bought the truck about 6 years ago now, when I first joined the Air Force, and I've been daily driving it ever since. I've had a couple of vehicles in between, because I get tired of driving this one, I'll get another one, but I've always had this one. Let's see, it's got 256,000 miles on it. It's a 5-speed. I've got solid axle swap. It's sitting on about a 4-inch lift, and it's on 35. So let me give you a quick walk around. It's an original paint truck. Came out of Colorado. No rust. Calypso green and Oxford white. Guess we'll start at the front. So I got CP Attic clear headlights. They're not the crystal like the Euro style. They're basically original style headlights with clear markers. I think they look pretty good. You can see the intercooler in there. We'll get to that in a second. But for running gear, I've got a Kingpin Dana 60 out of a 91 F350. I'm running custom tie rods, DOM tube with 1985 Chevy K30 tie rod ends. The tie rod ends are physically larger than the Ford ones, so you got to remount the knuckle to accept the larger tie rod end, and then you also have to remount the pitman arm to accept the tie rod end as well. Running a PMF drop pitman arm, drop track bar, heim joints on the end to accommodate for the lift. Running super lift 4-inch springs that were made for TTB. I originally lifted the truck with TTB still in it, so I'm reusing the same springs, just remove the drop down brackets. And but it rode so bad, it rode like shit with the TTB springs being lifted on solid axle. So I cut some of the springs down, so the two bottom leaves are basically cut down all the way. You can see I progressively cut more and more until I'm riding basically just on these two mains. It rides halfway decent now. It's not that great, but it is what it is for a solid axle truck. Honestly, I put new kingpins in, new U-joints, new seals, all that stuff when I did the axle swap. I've got 355 gears in it. I went from 410s to 355s because with the 5-speed, you couldn't go over 75 miles an hour on the highway, or else the thing's just screaming 27, 2800 RPM. So with the 355s, I could set the cruise control at 90 and it's turning like 2600. So it does pretty good with 355s, and first gear is still plenty low enough to tow anything you want. Let's see, for wheels I got 20x12 fuel Mavericks on 35 1250 20s. Got a 5-inch exhaust, straight pipe. Got train horns, got an air compressor in the toolbox. I'm running Barnes 4-wheel drive, build your own traction bar kit. They're welded onto the frame, welded onto the axle. DOM tube, color match to the truck. 1 1/8 inch and 1/8 heims. I'm running PMF's lift blocks. You can see that the lift block, the U-bolt goes through the lift block so it can't spit it out if you're going off-road or something, but this truck doesn't see basically any kind of off-road unless it really, really has to, but I don't bog this truck at all. Come around to this side. Let me crawl under here real quick. But you see, I'm running an e-fuel kit set up by Mark Fusagoto, and it's running basically just a stock Super Duty pump, pre-post filters, nothing special. Inside's pretty stock, just keep it clean and original. There's a button for my train horns. Running a Hydro Trip with Brian Jellick's tunes from Jelly Bolt Performance. Got glow shit gauges. Yeah, glow shits. Exhaust temperature works pretty decent still. Oil pressure is falling apart, as you can see. I've got boost. Boost still works. And the water temp works about 80% of the time. The other 20%, it's just freaking out. Doesn't know what it wants to do. Got a dash mat. Dash is perfect underneath. 5 speed. $256,000. Alpine head unit, Alpine door speakers, kicker, 600 watt amp under the center console with a Alpine Type S 12. So back to the front with the intercooler. It's a CX Racing kit. Actually does really well. Quality's pretty good. You got to cut some of your core support out and your radiator mount out to get it to fit down in there. But it's a big intercooler. For the price, you can't really go wrong if you're gonna run stock turbo setup. As you see, it's got all aluminum piping. It's a pretty good kit. 6637 filter. I'm also running a Mishimoto aluminum radiator. They're running a sale on them. They're really cheap right now. They're like a little over 250 bucks for a really nice radiator. You can see the other part of the e-fuel down in there, the e-fuel distribution block. See, rebuilt turbo. The billow wheel. I'm running 180/30 full force injectors, and it seems if you're gonna run a stock turbo setup, that's it really likes it, especially with Brian's tuning. It doesn't smoke like crazy unless you really want it to and you lug the truck real hard, but it'll clear up. Even in the hot tunes, pulls about 25-30 pounds of boost. But yeah, if you guys want to know anything else, just let me know. Oh, real quick, I'll get a startup for you just so you can hear how it sounds. Alright guys, you want to know anything else? Hit me up in the comments. Thanks.